I'm Kenny from Pro Tool Reviews. I've got Greenworks' latest 60-volt blower with me. Now, this is a 610 CFM, 130 mile per hour blower. And we're going to look exactly what that means in terms of Newton force, because that's the number we really want to see. Let's take a quick peek over the product here real quick. Blowers are pretty simple on the cordless side. Battery's going to install in the back. This is kitted with a 2.5 amp hour battery, and it just pops in straight back there. Controls are very, very simple. You've got your trigger here, and then there is a cruise control if you like to use that. It's a great way to kind of just keep your power under control. So if you don't need all of the power that this thing has to extend your runtime, a lot of times we just want to pull the trigger and go. If you got more blowing to do, especially on hard surfaces, it's a really handy feature. And then of course we've got the turbo button up top, and there is a clip here that you can use to put a shoulder strap on if you really want to. Now, this is an axial fan design, and if you've never really kind of paid attention to what that means, it just means it's in line. And if you take a look inside here, you can kind of see what that design does. You notice the impellers that are inside here, and it just pulls air through the back and then forces it out the front because there's no curves in here. You're not losing any of that power due to the extra air friction that comes along with that. So when you get it out of the box, all you got to do is install the blower tube just like that. Just locks in place. There's also a nozzle here that's going to reduce it down, give you a little bit more air speed at the cost of airflow. But basics, that's pretty much it. It's a blower that's designed to have some forward weight to it, which is good because that's where you're blowing. It's only 5 pounds 9 ounces bare with that 2.5 amp hour battery. It's only 8.5 pounds, so really manageable blower. So the only thing that's left to do is check and see how well does it blow. So let's go check the force meter. So like we said, 610 CFM and 130 miles per hour. Now I'm going to test this on our force meter. I don't have the nozzle on the front. This is just the blower tube. And we're going to test it on high, and then we'll kick it into turbo and see what kind of numbers we get. All right, so 10.7 newtons, that's on high, not turbo. So let's kick it all the way up and see if we get something impressive here. All right, 17.9 newtons. That's actually replacing gas power with this. But let's take this one step further. This is the 2.5 amp hour battery that came with the kit, fully charged. And let's pop the 5 amp hour battery in and see if we can get a power boost. We should get it because more cells means more power, even though it's the same voltage. So same test, we'll start with high and then move into turbo and see what happens. So 11.2 in high, that's definitely a little bit more than we saw with the 2.5 amp hour battery. All right, and I got a peak of 18.9 there. Now, some of the environmental factors affect blower testing, which is why if you're doing a big head-to-head, you got to do them all on the same day. And so in some of our other testing, when it was a little bit cooler, a little less humidity outside, we actually got this blower with that 5 amp hour battery up to 19.7 newtons. So what's interesting here is that when you're talking about a handheld gas blower, 15 newtons is great. So getting 18, 19, even 20 newtons, getting close to 20 newtons out of this, that's outstanding for a battery-powered blower. So one last thing to check, and that's the practical application outside. So let's do that and wrap it up. And so as you can see, high is plenty of power to blow off your hard surfaces after mowing. Now let's take a quick peek and see how we do in these oak leaves. They're notoriously hard to get up out of the grass, and we're going to throw this in turbo for it. That's actually doing a really good job of getting the leaves out of the grass and up so we can move them, rake them up, bag them for later, all that good stuff. Now, as far as runtime goes, we were looking at just under 20 minutes, about 19 minutes, 40 seconds in high, and a little over 9 minutes in turbo. So obviously when you're using that full power, you're really reducing that runtime. So use that cruise control, use the trigger, stay on turbo only when you really need it to extend that runtime. That's all with the 2.5 amp hour battery. So if you need more, grab the 5. Price, $169 for this blower, includes the battery and a charger. Check it out at Lowe's. You got any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them for you. As always, thanks for watching.
Hey, help us out by subscribing to the channel below and tap that bell to get notified when we post new tool reviews and shootouts. And as always, thanks for watching.